Hi there, and welcome to this lesson. It's a lesson within a larger course, and I'm going to teach you how to call the emergency service. So I will see you inside.
16. How to make a 911 emergency call. In this video, I'd like to describe the steps associated with people making a successful 911 emergency call in the following areas of the world: USA, Jordan, Armenia, Fiji, Canada, Cayman Islands, El Salvador, Costa Rica, Panama, Cayman Islands, Dominican Republic, Honduras, Ecuador, Guyana, Paraguay, and Uruguay. Please note that the use of the 911 system is not limited to the above territories. Did you know that there are right and wrong ways to make a 911 call? In the event of a 911 emergency, it is imperative to ensure that emergency services will arrive on the scene as quickly as possible. 911 calls are made every day, yet mistakes are often made. The result can mean disaster if timely help does not reach the victim to administer timely assistance. Success means that the emergency services are mobilized as quickly as possible to your emergency. The following 5 steps can mean the difference between life and death to make a successful 911 call in the moment of need. Step 1. Dial the correct emergency number. So, step 1 is to dial 911 on your phone. This number is embedded into most people's minds, and it is free to call. Very important that you press or tap those 3 numbers, 911. Remember, if you are calling from a workplace, you need to know the number that allows you to dial an outside line, typically a 0, a 1, or a 9. Step 2. Stay calm. When the call is answered by a professional emergency call taker, make sure to stay calm and collected. For many of us, when you find yourself in the middle of a 911 emergency, you might be on the verge of panic because you could be the victim of an injury or attack. You may have witnessed something traumatic, or you're in a dire situation and it may concern someone that you love. Take a deep breath before speaking. Time seems to slow down when you're in an emergency. Briefly state the nature of the call. For example, "My neighbor's house is on fire," or "My husband is complaining of severe pain in his head." It is an absolute necessity to keep a level head. Emotions will be running high, and there is often a desire to panic. However, 911 operators find it difficult to send out emergency services from a 911 call that is made by someone who is falling apart. Step 3. Answer questions in a clear and concise manner. The call taker is going to ask questions about your emergency to assess the situation and send the proper type of aid as quickly as possible. As mentioned in the previous step, it is important to speak coherently in as calm of a manner as can be managed. To get the fastest response, you need to be clear and concise as you provide all of the important details. When you call 911, be prepared to answer the call taker's questions, which may include the location of the emergency, including the street address. An exact street address is best. Directions to the scene. Look at numbers posted on buildings around you. View the street signs to provide street block or intersection information. Look for landmarks, street signs, or businesses that are very near to your location. If you are not sure, ask others around you where you are. If you are driving, be aware of the road or highway on which you are traveling. The phone number you are calling from. If you are using a cellular phone, be very specific about the location. The nature of the emergency. Details about the emergency, such as a physical description of a person who may have committed a crime, a description of any fire that may be burning, or a description of injuries or symptoms being experienced by a person having a medical emergency. You might be asked other questions to help the operator assist you more quickly. And remember, at this stage of the call, it is highly likely that help is on the way. Insight from Jared. The order and the type of questions asked by the emergency operator will vary from country to country, and indeed between PSAPs and EDCs. Try to make your answers to the questions as simple and straightforward as possible. Remember, the call taker's questions are important to get the right kind of help to you quickly. Whilst they are speaking to you, they will also be giving the information to the personnel who will be on their way to help. Be prepared to follow any instructions the call taker gives you. For instance, A 911 operator may be able to give helpful information concerning first aid and care as well. Think of the 911 dispatcher as a lifeline, and treat this person with respect and courtesy, no matter how dire the situation may be. Insight from Jared. Some 911 call takers have immediate access to language line interpreters who can assist them in communicating with callers. The 911 call taker will connect you to an interpreter, and they will coordinate their assistance. Step 4. Listen carefully and follow instructions. Even if the call taker's questions seem unrelated or repetitious, let the call taker lead the conversation and answer their questions. Call takers are trained to gather information in a certain order to quickly assess the situation and decide what assistance is best to help you. After the emergency call taker has clarified what has happened and what type of aid is needed, the police, fire department, or paramedics, or indeed the Coast Guard will be sent to the scene. To re-emphasize, the key elements of this step are: do whatever you are told, be prepared to follow any instructions the call taker gives you, which might include exactly what to do to help in an emergency until help arrives, such as step-by-step instructions to aid someone who is choking or needs first aid or CPR. The key takeaway for this step is to listen and follow instructions. Step 5. Stay on the line. Do not hang up until the call taker instructs you. Or if calling from a cell phone, keep it turned on. Even if the phone has to be set down to help a victim, do not disconnect. Continue to keep the 911 dispatcher informed up to the moment that emergency services are on the scene. Here are 2 key benefits of staying online. 1. You may be able to provide the dispatcher with additional information, such as changes to the patient's condition, as emergency personnel responds. Or the dispatcher may be able to provide you with emergency instructions. And 2, when you stay on the line, it allows the emergency call dispatcher to pinpoint your exact location. When you stay on the line with the emergency call dispatcher, you can provide vital information to get the help you need. It will be tense, and emotions will be high, but you need to remember one of the most important rules for 911 calls: stay on the line. Let's wrap up with a quick reminder of what we covered. Please make every effort to follow these 5 steps for 911 calls in hopes of having the best outcome. Step 1. Dial the number 911. Step 2. It is an absolute necessity to keep a level head. Panic is your enemy. Step 3. When you call 911, be prepared to concisely answer the call taker's questions, which may include the location of the incident, the number you are calling from, your name. Remember, the call taker's questions are important to get the right kind of help to you quickly. Step 4. Be prepared to follow any instructions the call taker gives you. For instance, you could be given instructions for first aid that will mean the difference between life and death. And step 5. Remember to stay on the line. When making emergency calls, the appropriate 911 services will be dispatched as soon as possible. Thanks for viewing this training lesson. Don't worry if this is too much information, overpowering. You can watch this video over and over again. I look forward to seeing you in the next training video.
Right, so I hope you enjoyed this particular video. If you feel the information is relevant to other people, please share the video. And there's also a free resource just underneath this particular video as well. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again very soon. Take care.